Too good.
Alrighty, well, we've got good stuff planned for you today. So, shall we move on to
number 2?
thing number 2?
Oh, this one today is so cute.
You're gonna love it.
I'm so excited.
When me and Chris were coming up with this one, it was just too awesome. Are you ready to see it?
1, 2, 3. Look how cute these are.
I'll show them up close.
Yeah. Which one did you make, Allie? You made this one.
I made this one. Chris put this one together. I watched the whole time, though, so I basically
Cute.
I didn't do anything on that one.
I love the light theme and then the dark theme. So cute.
It's like a pumpkin at nighttime, but this one's also kind of like pastel-y. This one's like pumpkin in daytime. Nice bright colors.
Cute.
So fun. So we call this the Lil Punkin, Lil Punkin Mug Rug. And we have a downloadable for you today. So we've got all the instructions for you, but we're going to walk you through how we made these. And for beginner seamstresses, we're going to show you step by step every single little piece. So
yay.
Let's get started. If you're ready, I hope you're ready. Let us know if you're not ready. We'll try and slow down. Okay. The first thing we're going to need is a 5-inch square of orange fabric. So a 5x5 square.
I chose this pattern.
There we go. And if this weren't 3x3, that would have been a complete 5-inch square. But, oh good. Mava says we like theme number 2. I'm so glad, Mava. But I had already started on it. So we're ready to go. You need that square, and you need 4 1.5-inch squares. So we're just starting with squares, keeping it real simple. 4 of these, 1 orange one, and we're ready to get started. What we're going to be making is called a snowball block in the quilter world.
Snowball block.
Which I was like, what in the world does that mean? But it's very simple. So I'm going to walk through this pretty... Jennifer's ready. Let's do this. Yay. So pretend this half doesn't exist. Okay, we've got our square here, and we've got our mini squares. First thing we're going to do is put them on the corners.
Right sides together, right?
Right sides together.
The pretty sides
always.
together.
Ugly sides out. So pretty simple. Normally for a snowball block, and this is how I learned to do it originally, what you're going to do is take something like your quilter's magic wand that helps you have a 1/4 inch or even just a ruler, I guess, and draw a line from corner to corner of this square. And then once you draw that line, you'll sew on it and you'll fold it out and it'll make this little snowball corner. Chris showed me a better way. So we're going to learn this first. She showed me this amazing ruler. It's called the Mini Simple Folded Corners, kind of a mouthful. It's by Doug Lico. Super, super amazing. I'm going to show you how this happens. Let's see if we can get you very, very close to see. There we go. Okay, so we've got our ruler here. You're going to line it up on a corner. So we'll do this corner first.
Okay.
See how this kind of makes half a square right there? We're going to line it up so the square fills that in. So because this is a 1.5-inch square, it's going to fill in all the way up to 1.5.
So it's perfect.
So you can see these markers. Yeah, you cut it perfectly. And I cut our pieces today.
Thank you.
So, and it's super easy. All you're going to do from here is take your rotary cutter and slice.
Boom.
Close the rotary cutter.
Of course, safety first.
Safety first. Take that piece away, and you have a pre-snowballed corner. And all we're going to do is sew from this corner to this corner on this 1/4 inch seam, and it's going to make us a perfect snowball corner.
Amazing.
So you want to try the ruler?
Sure. Okay. Remind me right here.
So you're going to line the angle to the outside because that's where it makes the square. And bring this all the way to the top.
This one right here? Oh,
and that doesn't, it's okay. He doesn't have to stay there. Scoot it over so it's in the square. Go ahead.
Okay. Just like that.
To those lines. Line
Is that
it? Yep.
Okay. Take my rotary cutter. Ready? And I'll close it. Yay!
And it looks great.
Amazing.
Looks awesome.
So now all we need to do is
sew those down.
Sew those down.
So we'll bring it over to the machine, sew them down.
Okay, right. And you'll do the sewing, yeah?
Awesome. Okie dokie. So Chris was very sure to remind me that these corners, they don't have to stay in place the entire time because they're all the same. You know exactly where they're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
So if they move, it's not a problem. And we're just going to sew all the way down on that 1/4 inch seam.
Beautiful.
And I'll show you up close what that looks like.
See that? Oh, it's hard to see because the color difference, but hopefully those shadows show you from corner to corner. And we'll do that other one. Line it up so that those sides are even again. Bring it down on that 1/4 inch seam and sew. Easy.
Ta-da!
Yay.
Right here.
Beautiful.
So we'll bring it to the ironing board and press that out, and you're going to see a snowball block.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm sure plenty of you have made many a snowball block.
Many. Okay, while Allie's pressing that out, let's look at these little comments. Thank you so much, Donna.
She's amazing.
Donna, you have that ruler. That's awesome. It is pretty magical. I think it's pretty cool to see all these amazing little...
And if you're going to banners, we actually have a couple tips from some people. So this first tip is from Allison. She says, be a seam setter. You know what that means, right? So we're good.
Yeah.
So I learned just recently about setting seams, which is actually really helpful. So when you normally sew a block, and the way we were doing it, we would sew it and then we would press it out and then we'd keep going. That's fine. That's good. We did a good job, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out that when you miss this step that I'm about to show you, your seams can move and your cloth can stretch.
Don't want that.
Yeah, no, you don't want, it makes weird ruffly seams. Everything gets a little longer, a little wonky. So
not the move.
We have a super easy thing that we're going to show you right now. It's called setting the seams. And I had never done that before now, but make sure the iron's hot. It is not. I think we turned it off. Oh no. Okay, well, we'll turn it on in a second. But what we would do is just go right over this, and that's setting the seam. You just go, boom, and it sets it.
Cool.
We got to turn this on, but I'll do that in a second. So super easy thing that we can do, and that's going to keep the seam from stretching and looking wonky.
Seems important then.
I know, seems important. We'll get that iron plugged in.
Seems important. I just clicked in my head. That was so funny.
Do you want to get the iron working really quick?
Oh yeah, of course.
We can also do the Alyssa one. We're lucky enough to have 2 irons here. So Alice says the Panasonic cordless is her favorite. It is an amazing, it's like an amazing iron. Right. I used it for the first time today. Woo! Pretty awesome. Here, go ahead and plug this one in. And we can
just use this little guy.
We'll use our favorite Alysso. If you haven't seen it yet, this is the Alysso mini travel iron. It's awesome. It's tiny. It's like the size of my hand. And
the color is so cute.
It is absolutely adorable. So there it goes. It's on. Turn it to
Betty Jo is using it right now.
Betty Jo, what are you working on?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to turn this down, we'll turn it over there.
You can say
thank you.
There you go.
You're awesome. Okay. And then we're just going to press these out. And another tip, I can put that on the screen in just a second, but Chris was telling us that we've been ironing wrong.
No, really?
I know, how embarrassing. Here's what she said.
Iron?
She said, press, don't stretch, I think. Here, let me even pull it up right now. Press, don't stretch. You're not ironing a Sunday shirt,
Okay.
which I thought was very funny because before we were going and ironing it the way you would
You would
clothes,
iron a shirt.
right? What we're supposed to do is press it. So we just let it sit there
Okay.
for a second. We don't want to burn through the fabric, so we'll do it for the right amount of time. But we're going to press those corners down instead of stretching them out. Same
that makes
thing.
sense. I see why.
We don't want to press that seam. We don't want to stretch our entire block out. So I promise I'm being gentle when I move it. I just want to make sure that I get all of that fabric and don't miss something when I press it.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Look how cute those fabrics look together.
They're adorable. You made some great choices.
Oh, thank you.
And that is the easy way to make a snowball block.
It's so cute.
Oh, I'm covering it up with all my fingers. I really love those fabrics. You did great.
Oh, thank you. Allie suggested this one.
I think it's so cute.
That is cute.
Okie dokie. Oh, Betty's using the Panasonic cordless. And she's making Halloween pillowcases. That's so sweet.
That is cute.
We love making presents for people. All right, so our next step is going to be a sashing.
A sashing. Okay. Is that where these strips come in?
That's where the strips come in. So we've got our snowball block. This is a background color. This is our pumpkin color, if you can't tell already. So what we need are a couple strips, 4 more strips of background fabric. These are 1.5 inches by 5 inches. But again, all of these measurements are right in the pattern. So you don't have to worry about needing them again.
And this goes here.
Yep. And we've got 7 inches by 1.5 inches. So what we'll do is sew the 5-inch ones first with a 1/4 inch seam, of course. And that's going to give us the sides right here. And then once you've sewn those, press them out every time. The 7-inch strip is going to be just the right length so that it will go right across the top.
Perfect.
And give us a top and then a bottom as well.
Okay,
Shall
so
we-
to the sewing machine we go?
Shall we?
We shall.
Okay.
Can I sew this little guy?
Let's do it.
Okay.
I love that Betty Jo shared her project that she's working on. Does anybody else have any cool projects that they're doing at the moment? Any UFOs that we've started now that we finished all of ours before?
Okay, do I line it up with the foot?
Right up with the edge of the foot.
Okay.
Joanne.
Hi, Kyle.
Joanne says, "You girls are too cute. I love watching you. So glad to see young people online teaching." Joanne, we're doing our best. We love learning this.
Yeah,
Seriously, every time that Chris teaches a new project, I get so excited. I'm like, "Chris, I love my job so much." She's like, "Are you sure? You really love it?" I'm like, I can't believe how happy I am to learn all these new things every single day at work. It's such a blessing. Okie dokie. Are you ready to hear people's projects?
Yeah, I want to hear.
Heidi says she's working on candy corn. I think it's the one by Kimber Bell.
Candy corn quilt shop?
I think so. Because she capitalized it. That's my hint. So I think there's that, which is awesome. Those are so cute. Jeanette's working on 2 bodysuits this afternoon. That's pretty cool.
Ooh.
Marianne is working on a leaf quilt.
Okay.
Diane has a Christmas star table runner. Let's see it.
Then I got to get the other sides, all right?
And if we weren't pressed on time, I'm sure we would do every single pressing step, but we are pressed. Have I said pressed enough times?
Do I need to press it?
You can if you would like, or we can hurry.
Okay.
She's gonna press it.
Really
She's gonna obey the rules. I think, Anna, in the grand scheme of things, I'm a rule breaker, and you're a rule follower.
Oh my goodness.
Diane is sewing a Christmas star table runner. So cute. Oh, I can just imagine all of these. Joanne is using the clear blue tiles.
Oh, those are so cool.
Alice has got the candy corn quilt. Cut all the fabric, working on blocks. This is so exciting. Oh my goodness.
I love hearing all the projects.
Betty Jo, you organized all of it. That's amazing. Hopefully it'll make it easier to use. That's pretty incredible. Debbie Clark is making Christmas pillowcases for her grandkids. All of you making all these things for other people. That is absolutely so sweet. Okay. Robin is working on the Glow Ghosts tote. Oh my gosh, we gotta see pictures. Annette says we're just like geniuses.
No.
Like Kyle.
Like Kyle.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I'm so flattered.
Like geniuses. Not geniuses, like geniuses.
Like geniuses. Marianne says, at least finger press it. You're right, Marianne. I'm such a rebel. I'm so bad. But
I gave it a little press.
she gave it a little press. We're good. Hemming a gown for a bridesmaid. You're doing the Lord's work. I'm sure she's busy. She's anxious to wear that gown. I want to wear a gown.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Okay. Almost done.
Home is where the haunt is. Are we so excited that it's October? It's finally time. It's time to use all the Halloween stuff and make all the Halloween stuff. It's time to go. Absolutely cannot wait. Okie dokie.
All right.
We're going to press this because now I have to follow the rules. You're right.
Okay.
So,
Am I doing this right? I don't know.
it looks beautiful.
Okay.
And let it rest over the top.
I'm not ironing a Sunday shirt.
That's what I repeat in my head. I'm like, this is what Chris said. This is what Chris said.
Oh my goodness.
There we go. You can let that sit for a little while.
Okay.
The Alyssa irons are awesome. Alyssa irons, pardon. But you can give it a second to warm up for sure.
Yeah.
Because you know that quote from Aladdin?
Which one?
He goes, oh, I can't remember what he says. He says, I know, I'm like,
I need
remember
to
that
know it,
quote? He says something like, amazing cosmic powers. It's the genie. He's like out there. He goes, incredible cosmic powers. And then he goes, itty bitty leaving space.
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember?
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Oh my goodness. I love that movie so much.
Okay, ready guys?
All right.
Look,
So we have
it's coming along.
sashed our snowball block. Did you think it was going to be this easy? Were you prepared
I was not prepared.
for how easy this
It is actually very easy, yeah.
It's so
Really
so
cute.
simple. Okay, so this next part like transforms the block. So we have 1 inch by 1.5 inches, makes a little rectangle piece of green fabric. And what we're going to do is applique it on. And I was terrified to learn how to applique. I was like, there is no way that I'm going to do this right. But with a simple piece like this, it's actually super easy. So you find where you want that to rest on the little mug rug. I need to not cover it up with my fingers. So it reverses our picture, so I can't figure out right where I want it.
I know, it does that.
And if you get it deep enough in, it makes it look like the pumpkin's actually a little more round. Can you see that?
That's so cute.
Pop, pop. It's hard to show, but we will bring it to the sewing machine.
Okay.
And I'll show us
done, Allie.
a simple applique technique. Gotta keep it simple.
Ah! Sorry, I'm moving the computer around like crazy.
Okie dokie. So you might not, this might be difficult to see, but I'm going to describe it step by step. So get that right where we want it. I pinned mine down before, but we're going to be brave and not pin it this time.
You're so brave, Allie.
It's actually really scary. And then bring the presser foot down, and we're going to use, basically, from what I could tell, you want to get pretty dang close to the edge. So when I did mine, I used an 1/8 inch seam and just sewed right along that edge. Do one more. And then I'm going to leave that needle down, pick up the foot,
Twist
and pivot.
and keep going.
Pivot. You said friends?
Not enough. Only a
That's
few
another quote.
episodes. But Emmy, who's